Now let's talk about some of them black people that you came in the game with, particularly in Forest Houses. Shout out to Diamond D, the whole Digging in the Craze crew, Lord Finesse, Showbiz. And if I'm not mistaken, it was called Godsville at the time because there's so many five
Right.
percenters in the neighborhood. What can you tell us about being a street dude in Forest at that time?
Oh, forget about it. You let me tell it. I came up, wound up running the whole hood. If you let me tell it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Joey was king out there. And then Godsville it was called Godsville because all the gods from the Bronx would come and they would meet in the middle of my projects. And they would build the God Scientific, the God Malik, the God Raheem, like all the biggest gods from the Bronx would come to my projects, they'll converge and they start building. I mean, hundreds of them. You know what I mean? But
looking like the Warriors, right?
Like the Warriors every week. But I ran the hood. So I was never a 5%er, but they would say, I bear witness. I bear witness. That's the God crack him. Like, and I was such an asshole at this time that they just like try to like, yo, get him out of here. Like this guy's a complete asshole. Like get him out the cipher, dog.
That's non-cipher, God.
Since that age, since I was like 14, 15, I never ate pork because the guards told me it was rat, it was cat. To this day, I haven't eaten pork. Like, because of the gods. Well, they taught me that positive, but they just be like, yo, this guy's a complete asshole. Get him out the sight. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I love them. And they're my family, and I'm glad that I got that culture, that I got that experience. You know what I'm saying? That I was there for all the meetings with them building with this, and I met all the guards around New York. And we would go places. We would go to the March of Dimes in downtown Manhattan, all the guards and Joe, and it was crazy, man. It was an amazing time of my life, man.
Beautiful. And that's around the time you came with Flo Joe, started working with Diamond D, got your deal in Relativity at the time. And I know you and me spoke because I did Drink Champs last week, spoke to you on a FaceTime, and I told you I'm doing the album with Diamond D. And I still want to get you on remix for some of that, but the album is called Gotham. It's a dedication to old New York. But you said when we were on FaceTime that Diamond D saved your life. So what can you tell us about how Diamond D saved your life?
Well, I used to write graffiti with Diamond. That's how I met Diamond, right? Before I even knew he DJ'd. He writes Z-Rock, right? I write crap. And then he was DJing, and then he was the first one out of all of us to have a record called I'm Not Playing with Rob, Master Rob.
Boom, yeah, shout out to Master Rob.
And so Pharrell asks me about that record, all the time. And so he opened the doors for us. I was out in the street doing bad stuff and really, really into getting money, into running the streets, into a lot of violence, a lot of this and this and that. And one day I was hanging out with Diamond in front of my building by the special light pole. But I'll tell you why. It's a light pole, regular light. And so that's where Diamond convinced me and said, yo, Joe, they're going to kill you. You're going to go to jail. Please tell your story on the music. You love hip hop. He paid for the studio session.
Wow.
That's how much he wanted to get me out of trouble. He paid for the studio session. And we went over there and we cut 3 demos. One of them was Flojo. And so, and why that light pole is so significant to me, because it changed my life because of that conversation. It's also when I got the Shit Is Real remix from Premiere. That's where I played it for the first time in my MPV, right by that light pole. And it was, the story takes place, and it was totally different from what Primo I thought was gonna give me. And I was like, oh shit. So that light pole, whenever I pass my projects, that light pole is really, really special to me.
Wait, before you go on, I just gotta ask, Shit Is Real, when you say That's the way it was. One day I went to visit my aunt. I stuck up my cousin. Did you really stick up your cousin?
No, not true. Not
Okay,
true.
okay.
Fake news.
It wasn't that real.
Okay. I've always wanted to know the history behind that bar.
It could have been a fourth or fifth cousin though, Talib. Those don't really
Well, you know, most of my raps at the time was completely true. Most of my raps, I would say for my first 2 albums, was based on nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? Of course, some exaggerations here and there because we're able to do that in hip hop. But most of it was true.
And you always, even later in your career, you always dropped some certain nuggets. You talk about like Carruth, New York, and Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, and there's certain things that you say that's like, okay, he's really doing some of this stuff. But that's for
I was doing a lot of this stuff.
That's for selected heads only.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but, you know, for the most part, you know, Onyx taught me that you can say whatever the fuck you want. And so when they was like, pick them up, pick them up, pick them up, yeah. 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 gun, 4. You're
mine. It's all about crime. Honest. Yeah.
It's time to get live.
Live
like
a wire.
I was like, oh my God, we can say this? I never knew.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. Now you can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it. What's the